Hello folks, and welcome to Flash Editorials for April 28th, 2012. I'm Russ Longcore. I'm the editor and owner of Dump DC. Actually, it's called www.dumpdc.com. Dumpdc.com is the world leader in secessionist thought. We show the world that secession is the only possible solution for personal liberty and property rights here in the North American continent. Now, we do this once a week, usually posted on Saturday. This is one take. It's raw video. I don't edit it at all, as you can tell. So let's get this puppy started. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to be really careful. If Obama might see this, he might go get some doggy burgers delivered from some Oriental restaurant in D.C. Let's go right to it. The Nation, Part 1. Mittens Romney won all 4 primaries last Tuesday. Big effing deal. Remember that you're going to vote for the lesser of two evils in November. And shame on you if you vote at all. If you vote, you are part of the problem, not part of the solution. If you go earlier in my archive this week and take a look, you'll see an article that's called Stop Voting. You ought to look it over, give you some food for thought. The Nation, Part 2. In our delusional sociopath department, we gladly announce that Newt Gingrich has pulled out of the race. He probably will expect a cabinet appointment or an ambassadorship. I hope that Romney makes Newt the ambassador to bumfuck Egyptstan or maybe South Sudan, which is in the middle of a civil war. That's what he deserves. The Nation, Part 3. Because the only thing that matters in the mainstream media right now is the presidential race, let's talk about who will be Mitt's, or Mittens is actually what his family called him, who will be Mitt's VP choice. There's a lot of talk about Senator Marco Rubio from Florida. Small problem here. Both of Rubio's parents were born in Cuba. According to the oft-ignored old Constitution, natural-born citizen, that term, does not mean just born on American soil. It also means that both your parents had to be born on American soil. But why should that stop the Republicans? It sure as hell didn't stop Barry Soetoro, also known as Barack Obama. International news. Spain has made a move toward totalitarianism this last week, and I promise you that the eyes of other nations are on this move. This week, the Madrid government banned cash transactions over 2,500 euros between anybody, individuals or businesses. Think about that. They banned cash transactions over 2,500 euros. Now, this is a blatant destruction of individual rights. They say that the move is aimed at combating black market activities, but I'm throwing the bullshit flag on Spain. This is about one thing, making sure that the Spanish government gets all the tax revenue that it can collect. But in a wider sense, the order sets the stage for the cashless world system that all the governments would like to see. Complete control of every individual's money. The funniest thing is that, in my opinion, this will make the black market more vibrant, not less. The black market always figures out a way to avoid and evade the tax man. In international news, Part 2. In the French primary election, raw audio, raw video. In the French primary election, President Nicolas Sarkozy came in second to socialist Francois Hollande, or Holland. Look, folks, the French people don't seem to want a national government that only spends what it takes in. They don't want the austerity measures that are required for the French government to continue. France wants bread and circuses. Soon, they will have neither. International Part 3. In March, Russia and Mexico each bought nearly $1 billion in gold bullion. Mexico bought 16.8 tons of gold, valued at $906.4 million, and Russia bought 16.25 tons. If you watch my dog walk behind me, that's Kaiser Wilhelm. He's a 7-year-old male Doberman Pinscher. Kaiser, step up here and say hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, back to it. I digress. The governments of Russia and Mexico understand very clearly what's about to happen to the U.S. dollar. And don't forget that China is the largest producer in the world of gold. since they don't release their mining figures. Here's my question for you. Do you speak Mandarin yet? In the business news, mad cow disease has been discovered in a cow in California. One dairy cow is found to have bovine spongiform encephalopathy. I'm so proud of myself that I said that. Or also known as BSE, or otherwise known as mad cow disease. It seems that a company that was picking up dead cows for rendering, which means they cut up animals, boil the meat off the bones, and use nearly every part of the animal for something, including cow feed. They picked the cow up and they tested it. As a matter of course, this company randomly tests for BSE. And the first test came back negative. I don't know why they tested the second time, I have no idea, but they did, and they found this disease in one cow. Now, if you ever want to know what happens to cattle in the American beef industry, just Google the words cattle cruelty and watch some of the videos there. You'll think twice about your next Whopper. In today's America, only grass-fed, range-free, range-free, should be said free-range, drug-free cows and beef are safe to eat. Remember, the USDA regulates the food industry, and they lie all the time, just like the rest of the federal government. If only random testing occurs, you know that other diseased cows are getting through without being discovered. You got to know it. And what doctor or hospital would want to reveal that mad cow disease killed someone in America? The political pressure to hide it to protect the beef industry would be enormous. Now, here's tonight's commercial message. Here are some of the most important questions I could ask you. Are you living the dream? Do you spend as much time with the people that you love as you want to? Are you living in the home of your dreams? Are you living in the spot in the world geographically where you dream of living? Do you drive the car of your dreams? Do you have the dream of helping others in some charity that dream remains unfulfilled? And let's talk about where we all spend a lot of our time, at work. Are you working the job of your dreams? Are you making the kind of money that you always dreamed of earning? Well, if you were able to answer yes to any of those kind of questions, I salute you, because you're in the minority. Most people I know are not living the dream, whatever that means to them. I can't tell you what your dream is, but if you couldn't answer yes, how are you planning to make your dreams come true? There's a racing analogy that works really well here. You must have the right vehicle, but you also must be the right driver. Think about it. If you have a NASCAR or Formula One car and you're the driver, you'll probably get yourself killed in a race. And if you take the best NASCAR driver or Formula One driver and put him in a Volkswagen Beetle, he has no chance of winning. So to win and make your dreams come true, you must be the right driver in the right vehicle. Here's another important question. How important are your dreams to you? Do you have a burning desire to make them come true? Or do you just enjoy fantasizing about what it would be like to live the dream? Most people just pet their dreams. They don't really go for it. Most of the people that I know, that I spend time with, are in the first category, though. They are working hard to make their dreams come true. Even if you have the right vehicle and you don't know you're the right driver, you don't think you're the right driver, cheer up. You can learn to be a great driver, the driver of your dreams. If you'd like to learn more about making your dreams come true, whether or not my energy business could be the right vehicle for you, whether or not this is for you or not, send me an email at russlongcore@gmail.com. That's russlongcore, RUSSLONGCORE @gmail.com. We can talk about it. Possibly design a plan to make your dreams come true. In the economy, the number of actual new unemployment claims under state programs unadjusted totaled 366,743 in the week ending April 21st. That's a decrease of 3,484 from the week previous. Yet, once again, the Labor Department reports 388,000 new jobless claims last week. Folks, think about this. Every week for almost 2 years, a group of people the size of Oakland, California or Omaha, Nebraska get laid off. Every week, 2 years. That's 100 weeks of Omaha-sized layoffs. Recovery? My ass. Every time you see a news story that even hints at recovery, you ought to throw the bullshit flag at your own television. In sports, NBA player Ron Artest, who changed his name, get this, can't make this stuff up, changed his name to Meta World Peace. Had a bad case of stupid while his Lakers were playing the Oklahoma City Thunder last Sunday. Mr. Peace threw an elbow that hit Thunder player James Harden right behind his left ear, sending him to the floor with a concussion. Now, candy-ass NBA Commissioner David Stern only suspended old Meta for 7 games. What a disgrace Stern is. The Peace Man should have been fined a month's salary and suspended for the remainder of the season. That would have sent a message. But the fans like NBA thug ball, just like they like NHL hockey. So the thuggery will continue. And finally, in entertainment, Donald Trump's Miss Universe pageant has a dude competing this year with all the girls. Canada's contestant, think about that, Canada's contestant is 23-year-old Jenna Talikova, who may look like a girl, but still has all the XY chromosomes the rest of us guys have. It was only 4 years ago that he had a dickectomy and made the change. Have you seen this guy? He is totally hot. No Adam's apples issues, no 5 o'clock shadow, no deep voice. He's got a great set of hooters. No RuPaul action here. He actually looks a lot like Lisa Kudrow of the old Friends television show. No, wait a minute. I hear some of you clucking your tongues because I think he's real pretty. But my wife says that I'm just a lesbian trapped in a man's body. After all, I like to do the same stuff lesbians do, except I don't need a strap-on. Makes sense to me. Well, that's it for tonight. That's it for the Flash Editorials for this week. Thanks for watching. Dump DC is where you are, dumpdc.com, www.dumpdc.com. Dump DC, that's 6 letters that can change history. For all of us here at Dump DC, good night and good luck. Copyright 2012, Russell Longcore. Permission to reprint in whole or in part is gladly granted, providing full credit is given. See ya!